Hello friends, I'm really excited to bring this word of God to you. This morning I was praying for a friend of mine in UK and who was appointed to go and work in a COVID-19 ward. And when this friend said, John, would you pray for me? And when I started to pray for this friend, and this is the word I got, this is the word that stuck in my heart. It was very strong. Genesis chapter 15 verse 1, and some of you have been pretty curious about why I'm in a suit. I'm being pretty busy this season. I thought I'm home and I'm not traveling anywhere, but then I had a couple of calls and friends said, John, how about you preach for Good Friday? How about you preach for Easter? So I've been doing a lot of recordings and just sending it out there. Anyway, this is a nugget. This is a quick word. This is a powerful word. This is like a shot. Anyway, Genesis chapter 15 verse 1. It goes like this. After these things, the word of the Lord came to Abraham in a vision and said, do not be afraid. We are right now in a season where the TV, the news, the WhatsApp forwardings and whatnot, everyone out there is talking about how fearful is what we are dealing with right now. The enemy, the darkness that we are dealing with right now. The anxiety level is just kind of hitting some notes, and especially friends who are working as doctors, nurse, who have to deal with patients every day. Man, here's a hot bread for you. Here's a word for you. Here's a rhema for you. He says, Abraham, do not be afraid. And he says the next word goes like this. Abraham, I am your shield. I want to emphasize on this word, this particular word, that he is your shield. Shield protects you from everything that is coming towards you. First thing. And shield also represents you. Because when you carry that shield in your hand, you also represent whom you belong to. What's your identity? Whom are you fighting with? Whom are you with? Man, I want to remind you this. He is your shield. And he's saying this word, I am your identity. I am your shield. I am the one who called you. I'm the one who promised you. Abraham is going through a very tough season in his life where he's anxious and he's thinking, God, what is going to happen? What is going to happen? And he's almost worried that none of the promises or the prophecies are going to be fulfilled because now the situation doesn't look like it's going to be fulfilled. And now God is coming and talking to Abraham and says, I am your shield. I want to emphasize on that word and says this, and I am your exceedingly great reward. I want to remind you, man, even in this season, many of you are struggling with jobs, struggling with money, struggling with situations. I want to pray this verse over you. He's going to be a shield in the season, but he's also going to be a reward in this season. Those of you who've been just sitting and resting at the feet of the Lord at this point, I want to say this to you, pastors who don't know how you're going to pay the bills, and evangelists who are stuck at home, man, and people who have lost their jobs. I want to speak this over you. People who are concerned about what's going to happen to your jobs, I want to speak this over you right now. He is your exceedingly great reward, and he's rewarding it to you. I want to turn your attention to Psalm 3:3, and this is a beautiful verse. And this is even amazing. He says, "You're my shield and you're my strength." And God says, "Come on, that's not it. That's not it. It's going to do even bigger than that." Psalm chapter 3, verse 3 goes like this: "But you, O Lord, are a shield for me, my glory and the one who lifts up my head." My glory and the one who lifts up my head. I want to say this to you, man. In this season, he is your shield and he is going to be the one who's going to lift your head. I want to say this to you. Another place where David writes like this: "You're my shield and my strength." I want to say this to you. He is your strength. He is inside of you and he's protecting you. I want to take your attention to Ephesians chapter 6. All of us know about the shield of faith, but this is a very particular word that I want to highlight here. Ephesians chapter 6 verse 16. "Above all, taking the shield of faith with which you will be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked one." With which you will be able to quench every fiery dart. Man, the enemy can just throw fire at you. He can just throw things at you. But God is saying this: with this shield will quench it. It'll just cool it off, whatever is coming against you. And this shield is going to take care of things. And the shield is going to take the blow for you. I want to say this to you. God is your shield. And he's saying, do not be afraid. I am your shield. May God bless you.